stories. I'm currently working in education sector, and I'm from Sutton, South London.
My name is Joe. I am 26 years old and I'm from London.
Hi, I'm Emily and I'm 27 from Melbourne, Australia.
Hello, my name is Severn Fletcher and I'm 23 years old and I'm from South Africa.
How long have you had anxiety?
That's a good question. I mean, you can never really put a like an actual time frame on it. I suppose that ever since the breakup of my parents 3 years ago, that's when I really started to notice it. But to be honest, I think it's mainly something I've had most of my adult life.
About 4 years. So roughly about 4 years I noticed it.
I've had anxiety for 6 years now.
Since I was about 13 years old.
How does anxiety affect you?
It's crazy because it's hard to explain, but I think the best way to describe it is that it just stops me from being myself. In that, if I have an anxiety attack, I can't be the usual Will. I can't be, the outgoing, friendly guy. It's full of self-loathing, self-hatred. You don't feel like you can even get out of bed sometimes. You feel like, even though everyone's telling you, you're doing a great job, Will, you're doing this, you're doing that well, you always have that doubt and this and that, and you feel like you're not reaching your full potential.
Well, sometimes when it's really bad, it makes me ill and I throw up and have to take days off of work where I physically can't leave the house, and sometimes avoid situations that I wouldn't normally avoid, like going out, or I'd have to come home.
Anxiety affects me as in it makes me feel all tense all over, and it feels like my body is overheating and needs to cool down. It can make it difficult to do everyday activities, and you feel like you want to recluse on your own.
Anxiety affects me in a number of different ways. It affects me mostly daily in my thoughts. I get a very repetitive thought process. It also affects me in the way that I see things and the way that I deal with things and communicate with other people.
How do you deal with anxiety or calm yourself down when you're feeling anxious?
That's a good one. For a long time, I didn't do anything about it, which is number one, the worst thing you can do. You can't just try and keep it dug in deep. You have to be open about it. So the best thing I do is, firstly, I talk about it. I talk about it to my friends. I talk about it to my family. It's good to know who your real friends and your real family are. Like I found in the last year, people who are there to be able to sit down with you, to talk to you, to let you know it's okay. And once you get it off your chest, that's 90% of the work done. Once you've done that, then it's the best thing. Other stuff I found actually recently, the last couple of months, I've started taking CBD oil, which for people who don't know that, is the non-psychoactive part of the cannabis plant. It's legal in the UK, and it's actually quite amazing. It's a bit of a wonder drug. If I feel like an anxiety attack's coming on, I just dab 3 drops under my tongue, hold it for a couple minutes, go on, and then within 10 minutes I'm just mellowed out. But the best bit is that I've mellowed, but I'm still able to do my tasks. I'm still able to run around when I work at my pub. I'm still able to do stuff in an office space where I'm still able to hang out with friends. I can drink whilst I'm on it, it doesn't affect me. So I do think that definitely companies and the government should look more into that, because I think it honestly is quite an amazing thing.
Well, I used to go to CBT, which is cognitive behavioural therapy, and they taught me techniques of you take a minute to yourself and just focus on something and just take deep breaths. I also I've got friends that help me deal with it. They just calm me down. They know my signs when I'm having an anxiety attack, and they just tell me to go and get fresh air, and they just give me the space that I need.
When I'm feeling anxious, I try and calm myself down by doing some of the colouring in those adult relaxation books, maybe listening to some relaxing music, doing a progressive relaxation video from YouTube, and sometimes I even use medication to help if my anxiety attacks are very bad. I can also practice some breathing techniques that I've learned.
I try to use meditation practices or just breathing exercises. If that doesn't work, then I try to do something that I really enjoy. So whether that's dancing, reading, writing, otherwise I would try and speak to someone about it.
Do you have help or support dealing with it?
Not professionally, although I wouldn't bash it. I mean, if people feel that it's the best thing to do, I think I know a lot of people who've gone for that, and it does help. But it's not something I get. I don't have people. I don't go to people like counsellors who help me with it, because I do feel that with me, I'm able to keep it under control and able to help myself through talking to friends and family.
Well, when I first had it, I started having CBT, as I said before, and they gave me support for, I think it was about 6 weeks, and that really helped. I felt like I was myself again, and I had like a lot of, I was more myself, I was going out more, I wasn't trying to avoid situations, and then I recently had another like breakdown just before Christmas, and it made me like really antisocial again, and I now have online therapy, and I have like medication to help me with it.
Lots of great support around me. My family's very supportive, so are my friends, and I also speak to a psychologist regularly, and also very supportive doctor.
How do you deal with it and calming yourself down when you feel anxious?
I try to use meditation practices or just like breathing exercises. If that doesn't work, then I try to do something that I really enjoy. So whether that's dancing, reading, writing, otherwise I would try and speak to someone about it.
Do you feel that enough people are aware of what anxiety is?
That's all. I mean, it's the biggest anxiety and depression, which leads to suicide, causes one of the biggest killer in men under 45. Just recently I had a bit of an issue with work where I was going through a lot of anxiety at the time, but work just didn't understand it. It was essentially they were telling me just to man up, continue on with it, like you can get over this, when, like I said, they themselves might have it and they just don't know. And so I think definitely there needs to be more of a public discourse about it, to make people understand how even on the outside you may look fine, but on the inside it's stopping you from being who you really are.
No, I think a lot of people getting confused. Like if you're having an anxiety attack, people are just like, oh, it's just a panic attack, or you're just overthinking things. But if I said to someone, oh, I'm having an anxiety attack, they're just like, oh, what's that? I think more people need to be made aware of what it is, and then people can get the support they need.
Personally, don't believe that enough people are educated about the issue of anxiety and the effect it can have on people. Feel this could be due to the fact that sometimes these symptoms of anxiety attacks are not physical symptoms. They may be things that incur internally, or might be in some feelings or thoughts that someone has going on in their head. People are unable to see how it could affect your ability to function normally if they cannot see a physical symptom that you are sick.
No, I don't. This is because I feel that it's not taken as something that's quite serious. And it's also, when someone says that they have anxiety, I feel that people kind of just sweep past it and they don't really understand that it is actually a mental illness, and that it can affect someone in their day-to-day activities, as in they can't actually get up and go to work. I see that other people kind of see this as people being lazy. So I don't think that there's enough awareness made about it, that it is an actual mental disease.
What advice can you give to other people with anxiety?
Don't keep it quiet. Talk about it. Find someone that you know and trust, whether it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mum, your dad, your mates. And even if not that, go look for help services, like hotlines or the NHS, people like that, because there is someone out there. The thing what people need to understand is you're never truly alone. Like, there is someone out there who wants to help you, and the best thing you can do is try and find that person. And sometimes that's easier said than done, but once you've found that person, just open up, talk about it, and that, like I said, you'll be more than 90% of the way there to help defeating it.
Just talk about it, really. Like, I know it's hard and you feel like you're alone sometimes. Just when you're not alone, like, there's always someone to talk to about it. Like, sometimes I have days where I don't want to talk to anyone about it, but I feel better getting it off my chest, just to know that even if it's just one person knows it and they can help you when you need the help.
The advice I would give to someone who's feeling anxious is to go to your doctor or speak to someone in your family or friends, someone that you trust, and share that with someone. It's so much better when you have the ability to talk out these issues and have someone else to help you with these problems, even if it's just someone to talk to, and begin the process of recovery and figuring out how to best deal with these anxiety attacks or the effects of anxiety so you can function as efficiently as you can.
I'd say the best advice I could give to someone with anxiety is for them to not deal with the times alone. I don't think that dark times or anxious times are meant to be dealt with alone, and that they should try and reach out to someone, whether it's a professional, a friend, or a family member.